Hey guys, Emma here. I am labeling today as the day of the hostas. I picked up a bunch of hostas, some big ones and some really little ones. And let's see, we've got 5 little hostas. They're June hostas. And then we've got 3 very large ones. These are our 5 small June hostas. I've got 2 of these Sunshine Ripple Hostas, which are really fun and bright. And then I've got one Wide Brim Hosta, and it's got a variegated leaf. Darker on the center, brighter on the outside, which is the opposite of this one. Bright on the inside, dark on the outside. And then these are just a really pretty yellow. This one actually has a bloom already popping up. Today's goal is I'm wearing a raincoat because it is 45 degrees and raining outside, and I don't want to be out there, but I do want to get these in the ground. So I'm just gonna suck it up and make it happen. I'm going to go out and put all of these hostas around the garden beds. I've got quite a bit of area up in our front yard area that wraps around the grass that is shaded, or at least dappled or partially shaded for the most part. And then there's a few sections here and there that get some sun, but the majority of our full sun garden bed area is right up in front of the house, in front of the porch, that garden bed that's right there. So we're gonna bring these up there, place them in their spots. Then once we get them placed, we will put them in the ground. Should be pretty simple. That's all I'm going to do today, you guys, because like I said, it is 45 degrees and raining. It's not nice. Quick update on some things in the greenhouse. We have a few things that are doing well. One thing that's not doing well. We've got some starts of some purple coneflowers. These are delphiniums that I planted from seed. These are all ones that I started from seed: cilantro, dill, and calendula, and I just up-potted them about a week ago. In here, I just started some flowers. So far we've got clary sage, straw flowers, and clarkia. None of the echinacea or snapdragons are up yet. In this one, we've got zinnias, calendulas, shasta deities, straw flowers, and gunfrida, and I don't think anything was up in this one yet either. Oh! Just today, yesterday, none of these were up, but the calendula is popping up. That's exciting. Pretty tulips here that my friend gave me. So sweet. I don't think anything in here is popped up yet. Sweet peas and moonflowers, nothing. Okay. But we do have a lot of really fun things. We've got a basil in here. Looking good. We've got a purple tiger pepper plant, some thyme, another rosemary, a cute lavender. This is a hardy fig I just potted up. Tomato plant. Evening sun sunflowers. Looks like this one took a hit. Don't know what happened there. Sad. But 3 of them are still doing good. Another tomato, micro tom. Everything over here is looking good. We've got chamomiles, which are they've probably doubled in size. More calendula. Lots of dill. These have definitely probably almost tripled in size. Up here, started from seed, a few pansies, a little bit slow, and then one sage. I don't know if you can see that. One sage plant came up. These are some seascapes I picked up when I was in Anchorage traveling for work at the nursery up there, so I got to put those in the ground. And these are the extra potatoes from a company down in Haines that grows them. I think that's all the stuff going on in the greenhouse right now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is now raining extra hard. So I'm just gonna button up my jacket. We'll take these out first, then we'll come back for the 3 big ones. Got some tulip bulbs and daffodils ready to pop. Our gigantic bleeding heart coming back for the 1,000,000th year. More tulip bulbs, bleeding heart, bachelor buttons. None of the ranunculus are up yet, but the anemones are. Strawberries are looking good. Okay. This entire area here is all kind of like dappled shade / part shade all throughout here. This is primarily all shade except for the very, very front, kind of by the rocks. And then this is all shade up through kind of this random spot right here where it gets some light. I think I want to throw a couple hostas kind of back in that area. I definitely want to put a couple hostas up in here. And then if I have any left, I'll put them somewhere in this zone. We'll start off with this area first. Let's place the little guys. That's all 5 of those little June hostas. I think we'll just spread them out throughout that bed. And then I think I want to put the bigger hostas. I think I want to put them somewhere in this area. Let's go grab them. Okay, look at how bright and beautiful those are. So this tree is gorgeous. In the summertime, it has a whole rainbow of leaves, like yellow, oranges, and reds. Over here, we've got some sedums. I think those are autumn joys, so they'll have pink blooms. Over here, we've got some variegated grasses, which are pink and white and green variegated. We've got hellebores, heathers that have pink blooms on them. Behind them is a wall of hydrangeas, limelight hydrangeas, so they'll be really pretty with their kind of creamy colored white blooms in front of these yellow. And then we have an Arctic Fire red dogwood right here. So we have like the red color, we've got this bright green. Oh, just loving that. So I'm thinking that's where I'll pop them all in. And I'm loving these cute little ones over here, which will grow. Oh my God. Is that an anemone already? You guys, look at this. How is it already blooming? I don't understand. And then that sedum, look at how big those guys are. And then the other really thing that's cute and blooming right now is the Brunnera. Oh, so sweet. I'm gonna go get a shovel and get ready to put these in the ground real quick. And hopefully, looks like there was like a brief moment of no rain, thank God. And we'll just get this project done. Okay, so I got the 3 big hostas planted. Most of them I picked out had a bunch, most of the ones I picked out had a bunch of starts. So you could actually divide like this one plant into three or 4 different ones. But I'm just gonna put it in the ground, and then next year I can divide it like with a shovel, just split it in the spring and pop it into 2 or 3. I just kind of want to give it a chance to root in, settle in, and then we can work on dividing. Same with these 2 beautiful ripple ones. I'm just loving the color. See how they've got 2 big ones that could be separated? This one actually has 3, 1, 2, 3. So these could be like 3 whole plants. I think those were like $25 each or something like that. And then the little ones that I got over here that we're gonna plant, the June Hostas, these ones, they came in, I think 4-inch containers, and those ones were only like $5 each. Time to put those in the ground right now. I think those still look super cute. These ones obviously are way too small to be divided, so we'll let those grow for a couple seasons and then see how big they get. We do get a lot of water in Sitka, and I think they're gonna have like pretty ideal conditions, so they might do really, really well to begin with and kind of take off. We'll just have to see. So let's put those in. got all 5 of these little June Hostas put in. 2 of those big Sunshine Ripple ones and 1 of the brimmed ones. Let me show you. The 5 ones are kind of dotted in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see them because they're so bright and beautiful. And then the 3 big ones really stand out over there. I really, really like that, especially against all this red and kind of like tan mulch. Looks good. I am not someone who keeps my plant tags, nor am I good at keeping track of stats of plants or what I plant, but it is actually really nice to be making YouTube videos because it actually helps me a lot to keep track and go back. And I go back and watch videos all the time to remember what I planted or where I planted something, or I'll see something popping up in the spring and I'll be like, what is this? And I'll remember that randomly, frantically in the fall before frost came, I threw it in the ground. And so there we are. But I want to go over these June Hostas. So it says they are hardy to zone 3. Gold center with blue-green margins, lavender colored flowers, blooms in late July, 16 inches tall by 30 inches wide. So that is the little ones I planted, the June Hosta. The tag for the Sunshine Ripples Hosta says it likes shade, 3 to 4 hours of indirect sun or dappled filtered sun, cold hardy to -40, grows 18 to 24 inches tall and wide. So that is also a zone 3. And that is called the Sunshine Ripples. I really, really like that. And then the last one that I planted was one of the large ones. That one also had a variegated. It's called a Wide Brim Hosta. Again, cold hardy to -40, grows 24 to 36 inches tall, shade 3 to 4 hours of indirect sun, again, zone 3, and that is the wide brim. So it's kind of the opposite color pattern because it's darker on the center, lighter on the outside, versus the June Hostas are light on the inside, dark on the outside. And I think out of the 3 of these, I mean, I love the variegated hosta look, and I feel like hostas in general to me feel kind of nostalgic. I remember growing up, my parents had this gigantic, they still have it, giant tree in their front yard, and there was a circle garden bed around it that was like little stones, kind of honestly like I have now, actually, now that I think about it. And they had a ton of shade loving plants. They had bleeding hearts in there, hostas, things like that under this big tree. And I always really, really, really loved the hostas. They always looked so lush and green. Their leaves were so big and fluffy, and they kind of moved in the wind. And I don't know, I just really, really loved them and grew an appreciation for them. And so one of the things that I've been really wanting to get my hands on is hostas. So when I saw all these hostas available, I was like, I have to get them. Like, try to get as many as possible. I could take probably 5 to 10 more, honestly. If I find them, I will. And if they're a good price, I absolutely will be tucking in way more hostas. I would definitely like to add some hostas right where that chicken is, and maybe some over here behind this Japanese maple that hasn't leafed out yet, but it's got a lot of buds. So that is it for the first big spring kind of planting day. I have so many things in the greenhouse, you guys, that need to be planted out. Potatoes, strawberries, like I mentioned before, but also tons of those plants, once they get big enough, I will harden them off and put them outside. But it has been consistently for the past 3 or 4 weeks, 45 degrees and raining every single day. And today is no exception. It is 45 degrees and raining right now. Although the sun just kind of barely is peeking out. Not even really. It's just shining brightly through the cloud, which is warming up a little bit. But there is just so much warmth needs to happen before we can start to put things outside and get things to really take off and start to grow. So I'm looking forward to that. And it just feels good to be out here, even though I was really dreading coming out in the rain today. It still feels good now, hindsight. So thanks so much for watching. See you later.